Shut the front door. It's time for episode 4. What's going on, guys? Green Hand here. We are back for another episode. And like I said in the last episode, we got to get this filter right. Because water is the most important thing of life. And if we don't have clean water to drink, we might as well hang up all this other stuff and, get rid of it. Because you're not going to live unless you have water. So we will do our best to get this water filter working today. I got my charcoal ready. I got my sand ready. I got some rocks ready. Our vessel's ready. I went out today and I actually got some cheesecloth, as it suggests. So hopefully we're going to do the template combination, and then hopefully everything's going to work out and we're going to have cleaner water by the end of this. Super excited about it. And I'm super happy. So let's get started. As always, we have survival tool number 1. I don't go anywhere without this stuff. Obviously, I go without Mr. Bongo because people would look at this and call the cops on me, right? So I don't go everywhere with it, but I always make sure I got some of my best buds with me. First survival tool always. Alright, now before we get started, I just want to give a quick shout out to all the viewers, everybody that has viewed, everybody that's liked, everybody that's subscribed, everybody that's told somebody else about this amazing thing that we have and I've created called The Stone Survivor. We passed 500 views on YouTube, so shout out to you guys. I really appreciate it. It's humbling, and at the same time it's exciting because that means y'all are liking what I'm putting out, and I'm going to keep doing it. So like I said, I appreciate it. Now let's get back to the episode. So, today, first things first, we're going to be getting our vessel ready. And I cleaned out the vessel we had last time, the alcohol container. It didn't work, so there was no point in saving it. So we cleaned it out, got it ready for another use. Got my cap here. And before we can put that on, we got to get our cheesecloth ready. Like I said, I went out today, I bought some cheesecloth. It really just looks like gauze, like real gauze. So what I'm going to do is rolled up. I'm going to leave it rolled up like this. I'm probably just going to cut probably that much off. And then we're going to put it on the cap. Fold it over a couple times and then we'll screw the cap on. And that should be enough to make sure that none of the charcoal carbon at the bottom of our filter gets through into our water. So before we get started on that, I just got a little pocket knife today. This little guy, we're not doing nothing too crazy. So, yeah, we're just going to cut a piece of this, and that's really all the cutting we have to do because our vessel is already cut up and ready to go. So, we are going to get that going, but before we do that, gotta get ready. So, like I said, I'm just going to take a little bit of this, cut it right here, and then fold this over a couple times, screw the cap on. Alright. That's cut. So, here's that piece there. And it just needs to be double the size of our cap. So that way it can fit in the grooves, the cap can screw on, and it won't be too stretched out in the middle. That's really important because if this cheesecloth gets too stretched out, it's basically unusable. So we just want to be real careful with that and make sure that everything is lined up appropriately. So, there we go. Like I said, about double the size. And before we screw it on, we're going to kind of set this in there so it doesn't spread out too much on us. Alright, we got that. Now we just screw the top on. it securely on there, and we can move on to the next step, which is filling up the filter. Alrighty, so first we're going to just put the charcoal by itself, only charcoal, in the bottom, and I'm going to fill it up quite a bit because I don't want any of the sand to seep into the charcoal. So let's get going. Now, most of the things that you'll read up on making water filters, it will also tell you that your charcoal needs to be pretty finely crushed up. I think I did pretty well. We're going to have to find out though, right? And I want all of this to be packed in pretty tight because, like I said, I don't want any of that sand to mix into the charcoal. We're getting there. Okay. That's about how full it is. You can see right about there. That's how high I got it, because like I said, I don't want any mixing. Now, we add the sand. I don't want it to fall over like it did last time, so we're going to try and hold it. Okay, so now we have pretty much equal layers of charcoal and sand. Charcoal at the bottom, sand in the middle, and I went and I did what I didn't do last time, and I went and gathered some rocks. I got the smallest rocks I could find, and I think they'll be pretty good. Alright, so the rocks are there to catch sticks, leaves, and big stuff like that. Then the sand is supposed to catch, you know, most of the bigger microbes, amoebas maybe, stuff like that. And then the carbon in the charcoal connects to the chemical stuff, the Giardia, stuff like that, that's going to make you shit and vomit a lot, which nobody wants to do. So, rocks, sand, charcoal. Alrighty guys, so we are just about ready and set up for our filtering experiment. We got the Stoner rig back up. I like that one, so I brought it back for this episode. And today, we made our own dirty water, okay? I didn't want to fool around and, you know, not know anything like I did last time, so we made some muddy water, and we're going to pour it through the filter, and then we're going to see how it comes out. So hopefully this works a lot better. I'm pretty sure water will be way cleaner than that. I don't know, maybe I made the water too muddy. Who knows? We're going to find out though, for sure. Fingers crossed. Alright guys, so I'm ready. You're ready to see if this works. While this is filtering, I might go look up some stuff online and see if I, you know, fucked this up by making this water too dirty. But I don't think I did. I think, you know, it's going to be a good, you know, experiment because of that. And I'm still excited. So, let's see. I can see the water getting down into the carbon. I think you can too. So, fingers crossed. There's the carbon, the loose carbon coming out. And we expect that. We're going to let this filter. Okay, so the cap was very much restricting the flow of the water. So I'm going to try it with the cap off for a little bit. And all that powder we had in the carbon, it's coming down with the water. And pretty sure there was a lot of it. So we're going to see how this works out. Pretty sure it's eventually going to clear up, but the water is flowing a lot better, so yeah, let's check it out and wait and see. I'm just going to let that drip with the carbon, because even if I pour it out, it's still just going to, be black for now. I might try and put some more gauze on it, or cheesecloth, and see how that works out. So far, pretty decent. The water is still brown in color, a little bit, but you can see all the way through the water clear. There's no clouds, there's nothing, small floating in the water at all. And it, like I said, you can see it. It just has a kind of a brown tone, and I think that might be because some of the charcoal pieces we used might not have been completely charcoal. They could have, had a little bit of wood left there, so that might be where the color's coming from. But in any sense, that wood is still sterilized completely, so the water coming out would be safe to drink. I'm just going to let that filter a little more. I had to pour it out once because some carbon, it had a little bit more carbon in it than I would like, so I poured it out. We're back here so far, and I'm just going to let that filter for a little bit. Alrighty guys, so it's been filtered for quite a few hours, and if you don't remember, we went from this color water. That's what we started with. And now that it's been filtering, we have this color water. Okay? Now, as you can see, it is brownish greenish in color, but I do honestly think that that's because that not all of the charcoal was burned. We had some pieces in there that were still, you know, predominantly wood, and I think that's why we got that color there. Smells fine. I mean, for the most part, it tastes fine. It tastes like it has, you know, kind of tastes like a stick. So, I think it's safe to drink. Okay, so for this water filter experiment, I think we're good to call this a success. Obviously, you should still boil your water. Once it goes through the filter, you should still boil it before you drink it, especially if it's not completely clear color. But even if it is clear, that doesn't mean it's completely safe. So make sure you boil your water and you use good health habits whenever you are doing this for yourself. This is the end of the episode. I appreciate you coming to watch. Make sure you hit that like button and make sure you subscribe so you know when all of my videos come out. I appreciate you watching and coming out. So this is Green Hand signing off.